Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into a fascinating story from the Russian Air Force, the rise of one of its heaviest and most powerful fighter bombers, the Su-34 and its upgraded version, the Su-34M. These jets are not just fighters, they're massive, twin-engine beasts designed to carry out long-range bombing missions while surviving in some of the most dangerous airspaces in the world. So, what makes the Su-34M so important? Why is Russia rapidly increasing its production? And how could it change the balance of air power in the Ukraine war? Let's break it all down, Dhruv Rathi style. Simple, detailed, and logical. The Su-34, also known by its NATO codename Fullback, is a twin-engine, two-seat fighter bomber developed by Sukhoi. It's based on the famous Su-27 flanker, but instead of being a nimble air superiority fighter, this aircraft is built like a flying tank. It has two seats side by side, not front and back, making communication between pilot and weapons officer easier. It can fly at Mach 1.8, carry nearly 12 tons of weapons, and has a combat range of around 1,100 kilometers. Extendable, with external fuel tanks and mid-air refueling. Its maximum takeoff weight, around 45 tons. That's heavier than most modern fighters, making it one of the heaviest tactical aircraft in service anywhere in the world. And now, Russia is fielding an even more advanced variant, the Su-34M, featuring upgraded avionics, improved radar, and new electronic warfare pods that turn this bomber into a multi-role platform. To understand why this aircraft exists, we have to go back to the 1990s. After the Soviet Union collapsed, Russia's Air Force had a huge problem. Most of its old Su-24 bombers and MiG-27 strike aircraft were outdated. They needed a modern, versatile jet that could replace multiple roles. A plane that could bomb, fight, conduct reconnaissance, and even jam enemy radars. That's where the Su-34 came in. It combined the speed and agility of a fighter jet with the payload capacity and range of a bomber. Over the years, it became a cornerstone of Russian tactical aviation, especially after the Syria campaign, where Su-34s proved effective in long-distance precision bombing missions. Now, with the war in Ukraine, the Su-34's importance has skyrocketed again. The upgraded Su-34M version represents Russia's push toward modernization. Here's what makes it stand out. First, heavier payload. It can carry an enormous variety of weapons, from laser-guided bombs to long-range cruise missiles. Russia has even been equipping them with glide bombs capable of striking targets from dozens of kilometers away. Second, new reconnaissance systems. The Su-34M can now carry pods for optical, radar, and electronic surveillance, allowing it to act as both a bomber and a spy aircraft. Third, improved radar and avionics. New digital systems help the crew navigate and target more effectively, even in bad weather or under jamming conditions. Fourth, electronic warfare pods. The aircraft can now jam enemy radar and communication systems, similar to how Western forces use EA-18G Growlers. And finally, extended range. With internal fuel tanks and drop tanks combined, the Su-34M can fly thousands of kilometers without refueling, which is crucial for deep strike operations. In short, the Su-34M is no longer just a bomber. It's a multi-role air combat system capable of bombing, scouting, jamming, and defending itself. According to recent reports, Russia has actually doubled production of Su-34s and Su-34Ms since 2022. Factories are rolling out nearly 30 new jets every year, and the goal is to have a fleet of over 300 aircraft by 2030. Why this sudden acceleration? Well, it's because the Su-34 has become one of the most relied upon aircraft in Russia's war against Ukraine. They've been used to strike military depots, energy facilities, and logistics centers, often launching glide bombs and standoff missiles from beyond Ukrainian air defense range. In other words, these aircraft can attack without flying directly into danger, using range and altitude to stay safe while still hitting key targets. And with the Su-34M's new sensors, they can now also gather battlefield intelligence, helping coordinate missile and drone strikes more accurately. Let's be realistic. The Su-34 is powerful, but it's not invincible. So, let's talk about its strengths first. It has enormous payload capacity, long endurance and range, and high versatility, meaning it can perform bombing, reconnaissance, and electronic warfare. Its rugged design and cockpit armor help protect the crew during dangerous low-altitude missions. But there are some real weaknesses too. It's not stealthy, so its large radar signature makes it easier to detect by modern NATO standard air defenses. It's also expensive to operate, needing more fuel and maintenance. Many losses have actually occurred in Ukraine when Su-34s fly too close to frontline defenses. So, while it's effective in long-range roles, the aircraft becomes vulnerable if forced into contested airspace without sufficient cover. For Russia, the Su-34 and its modernized version represent a key strategy compensate for pilot shortages and lack of stealth aircraft by relying on powerful, multi-mission heavy fighters. For Ukraine, this poses a serious challenge because each Su-34M can launch multiple standoff weapons from hundreds of kilometers away. This means Ukraine's air defense systems, already stretched thin, have to protect not just cities but entire regions from long-range attacks. So while the Su-34M doesn't guarantee air superiority, it extends Russia's reach, adds versatility to its strike missions, and ensures it can keep pressuring Ukraine from the air, even as the war drags on. In conclusion, the Su-34M shows how Russia is adapting, focusing on endurance payload and flexibility rather than stealth or finesse. It's a symbol of how modern wars are fought, through technology production and persistence, not just dogfights in the sky.